Hey, good morning everybody. This is Uncle Swab here. I wanted to share my latest version of my chicken tractor. This is number 11, and I'm starting to get it down to a science, and I'm improving every single one, and I really like this one. I've already got number 12 under construction. But I've got these new baby chicks that weren't quite ready to go out on pasture. I got them bunched up with another order I got, so I knew I had to get them out of the brooders. But I also knew they needed some additional heat at night. So I came up with, I think, a pretty good solution. And so now whenever I take birds out to the pasture during the wintertime, I'll be able to give them supplemental heat for, say, a week or so. But here was my first iteration I came up with. This is a little 6200 BTU camp heater that runs off these small 1 gallon, 1 pound tanks. That silly little tank will get me maybe one night of heat. So that wasn't enough. So I got this adapter, and I can hook it up to now a larger tank. And I've so far gotten 4 nights off of this, and there's still plenty of fuel left here. So it's a big difference. The next thing I want you to see is these boxes that I put out here. Again, I only need these for about a week when we're out in the pasture, but it gives the birds a place to shelter. It also keeps them from sleeping right up against the edges where the coons and the hawks can kind of pick them off. So I had to train these birds to come and use them. Otherwise, they'd all sleep outside, all bundled up. And so I'd come out in the evening and stuff them in the boxes, and they figure it out. They've just got to figure it out now. The other thing I figured out about what I was doing with my previous pens, I was using a white plastic covering on the sides and the top, thinking that white would keep them cooler. But my buddy Nick Taylor at Valley Line Ranch helped me understand that the white actually was absorbing UV rays and probably making it hotter in there than I wanted. So he said use really dark, either black or brown tarps. And so I found these really thick tarps online. They're 16 mil thick. My goal is to be able to get 2 seasons out of them. But they're super thick. They feel good. And I've battened them down tight so they don't flap or flop, which reduces the lifespan of a tarp. But boy, I've never had a tarp this solid before. So hopefully that'll deflect the UV rays and keep it cooler. There's a nice wind flow through the pen. The other thing, I make these pens so that I can move them myself purely manually. Every day I move it one length. It's very easy to see where it's been the day before. But I'm pretty sold on them. You see a lot of folks trying to raise pastured broilers, and the bigger the pen the better, and they'll put several hundred birds on. I'll do a small pen that I can move manually without a tractor or an SUV or a side-by-side, and I'll put 35 birds in it. So now I'm getting ready to have 12 tractors. I can raise a lot of pastured broilers. My goal is to get to 16 pens, and then that's probably about all I want to do in a year. But thank you for listening. Have a great day.